What is going on, good people? It is your man, D-Toe. It is another day's journey, and man, am I super duper glad about it. Want to welcome everybody to Shop Talk, everyone's favorite show, right here on everyone's favorite network. You know what it is, y'all. We are bringing you the absolute best in, well, I used to say always gospel music, but we don't even play music on the show no more. But we are going to keep you what is hot and what is happening in the news. Got an incredible show lined up for you. But before we do anything, I first of all want to take a moment, first of all, to welcome everybody to the show, whether you're watching us live here on Facebook or YouTube, or whether you're watching a replay on either of those channels. It's all good. Or if you're hanging out with us from one of our radio partners from around the country, we want to say welcome to today's show. First of all, thank you to all of our radio partners around the country, to the station managers, to the program directors for allowing us to be a part of your network. We want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. You didn't have to be so kind. And my mama always told me, she said, boy, if somebody does something nice or kind for you, the least thing you ought to do is to say thank you. So today, we just stopped early in the show just to say thank you to all of our radio partners. All right, y'all, listen, we have an incredible show lined up for you. But before we do anything, let me just remind you, my name is Demetrius Tollfree. It literally says so right there on the screen, and you can follow me everywhere on social media at DTollfree, at DTOLEFREE. That's on Facebook. That's on Instagram. That's on Twitter, X, if you use it, as well as so many other places, even Spill, which is a new platform. Those of you who are not familiar with the app Spill, it is an African-American owned social media network. If you haven't heard about it, you heard it first right here on a Shop Talk. It's called Spill. And again, it's another Black owned, actually, well, not another, but it is, from what I understand, the first Black owned social media network. And we are grateful to be on there as well. All right, y'all, I mentioned my social media handles because if you want to send me some money on Cash App or Venmo, it's all to the good. I won't tell nobody unless you want me to. You can send that $1,000 to DTollfree at DTOLEFREE on Venmo, or $ DTollfree on Cash App. If that is your thing. Nonetheless, we have an absolutely amazing show lined up for you today. Early morning shout out to David Jones in the building. What is going on, man? Glad to have you hanging out with us. It's going to be a great show. Now, before we do anything, you know what has to happen. I say it every week, so you already know what I'm about to say. You may as well join me in saying it. You know, you got to do me that favor. And well, before you do me the favor, let me remind you, those of you who might be tuning in to Shop Talk for the first time, welcome. And those of you who are tuning back in for another time, welcome back. All right, today, you already know what we got to do. We got to remind you of what Shop Talk is. Shop Talk is that good beauty shop. Y'all know what happens in there. That barber shop, brothers, y'all know. All right, that nail shop. We charge you double. That nail shop, that coffee shop, and even that, thank you, Lord Jesus, that donut shop talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. We're going to prove that today as we have a couple of conversations. And before we get into anything, do me a favor. You know what you got to do. Get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo, whatever it is, but you know who you got to tell. Tell your mama and them, Ray Ray, Shay Shay, Day Day, Delicious them, Nut Nut them, Pojo them. Let them all know that we are live right here, right now on the Shop Talk family of networks. All right, now as we get ready to get going, before we get too far, let me just remind you that if you haven't done so as of yet, make sure that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is available, and I've been hearing that the audio can sometimes be a lot better. So, and it's all to the good. Whether you like Facebook or whether you like YouTube, whatever, make sure you subscribe. To subscribe to the YouTube channel, simply take your phone out and scan that QR code that is over my shoulder, and it will take you to our YouTube page where you can like, you can subscribe, you can even hit that little bell so that you can be notified each and every time we go live. You don't want to miss any of our upcoming content, whether it's on Facebook or the content that will be exclusively on YouTube. You don't want to miss out. So make sure that you scan the QR code over my shoulder. It will do you good. And we look forward to making it happen. All right, y'all, let's get ready to keep things going. And in doing so, let's see who I'm missing in the comments. Oh, shout out to Adrian Johnson in the building. What is going on, Auntie Pooey in the building? Glad to have you hanging out. Today is going to be a good day. As a matter of fact, Adrian, a little later on today, I will be doing Dito Live right here on these networks. And your friend, your classmate, my homie, Nathan Justin will be joining us. So that will be a great time for you to turn us back on a little later today. All right, y'all. Without further ado, let's get ready to bring up our first co-host. Yep. Let's go out to the city of Hercules. That's how Ashlyn told me to remember it. Hercules. Yeah. Anyway, let's get ready to bring up our first co-host out in Hercules, California. Always makes me laugh. This boy is hilarious. Maybe it's his mama that made him like this, but this boy always makes me laugh. And you know we got to bring him up, and we can't bring him up unless we have the knock at the door. We do have the knock at the door. Let's get ready to bring up my guy. Without further ado, the one and only Jacory Prothro in the building. Jacory, man, I can't stop laughing. Every time I start talking about you, I start laughing. Well, what is this you got for me? You got Apple credit card.
I got my new card. I'm so.
You got an Apple?
You carry this thing around with you?
Absolutely.
I had the old one, but I lost it. So you carry yours around with you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I carry it around, so I'm gonna throw it on the table. I throw it around, so when I throw it on the table, noise. Yeah, man.
Oh, Jesus. I was excited to show you that.
Yeah, I'm excited with you, man. Welcome back to the Apple credit card division, making things happen. And those of you who are watching, if you are an Apple user, you do know that you too can apply for an Apple credit card, even though we're not in tech talk, but you too. All you have to do is go into your wallet app, and you can also get your Apple credit card. Now, Jacory, I know you have almost perfect credit, and I don't. And if I'm asking too much, just let me know. But how big is your credit limit? Can you buy a whole car with it? I'm sure you got almost perfect credit.
I think I can, but I think they will only let you put so much towards a car on your credit card.
That is true. That's true. But your limit is probably enough to be able to buy a new car if need be, knowing how your credit score is. I ain't even mad at you, man. I'm not jealous, nothing. I'm grateful to just say that I know you, man. So
that's a good mother. A good mother will teach you how to get your things in order.
Absolutely. You're exactly right. My mother taught me as a kid. I didn't listen until I got older. I had to wait until I got into the by and by age. You'll understand it better by and by. So, but yes, my mother taught me the same thing. Taught me earlier about credit. I'm teaching my kids about it. Funny thing. I'm gonna say this funny thing, and we're gonna move on to some comments. I took my oldest twin a couple months ago. We went around looking at houses, and she's saying that she wants to buy a house because now she's in nursing school and she's making money, and so she's saying I want to buy a house. So I took her around to look at houses and try to figure out, tell her how the whole thing works. She was stunned when she found out that you had to get a loan in order to get a house. I'm like, well, do you have $1 million to put on a house? She's like, no. I'm like, well, how did you think you was gonna pay for it? I was gonna pay for it monthly. No, you got to get a loan. Ain't nobody gonna give you no house just because you say you're gonna pay for it monthly. So I mean, she was so stunned. She talked about that for 3 weeks straight. I can't believe I got to apply for a loan and I got to pay it back with interest. Yeah.
Much interest.
Yes, much interest. You probably pay more in interest than you pay on the principal. But anyway, that is a whole nother story. Shout out to Erica Taylor. Erica, what is going on? Glad to have you in the building. Also, shout out to Robin Doss in the building. Good morning. Good morning to you as well. Shout out to my guy, DeGeorge Hines. DeGeorge Hines, who is becoming his own incredible host as well. He has an incredible show that you all make sure that you need to pay attention to. DeGeorge Hines reminds me of Pinky and the Brain because he is trying to take over the world one day at a time. I'm not mad at it. Glad to have you hanging in with us, bro. Go ahead, Jacory.
I was gonna ask D George, is he gonna be in town this week? Because you know it's
Yeah,
the 100th year anniversary for Ephesians
he
Church of
will be
God
in.
in Christ.
Yeah, he will be in town. His pastor, his bishop, the Bishop Jonathan D. Logan, yes, who is the pastor of not only Cornerstone in Marin City, but he is the pastor of the Epic Ephesians Church of God in Christ in Berkeley, California. And yes, they are celebrating 100 years of ministry. And our presiding bishop, the Bishop J. Drew Sheard, will be here this weekend, a part of the banquet. Music will be provided by Bay Area's own Alfreda Lyons Campbell and Lawrence Matthews. Says yes, he will be here. I knew he would. Bishop Logan is his father in the gospel, so I know he was going to be here. Anyway, listen, I'm glad to have everybody in the building. He says he's going to inbox you, so he didn't say he's going to inbox me, but he said he'll inbox you. Anyway, shout out to Dee Dee Felder in the building. Glad to have her hanging out again as well. All right, Jacory, let's get ready to get going, man. And again, like we started out last week, it's back to being Men's Day. Now, I gave you a whole week. We said that we was going to figure out a new song for Men's Day instead of "We are marching, we're marching up to Zion." All right, I gave you a whole week, man. What is your new song for Men's Day?
I had a brain fog. We're gonna have to have a writing session. I sure forgot. I thought the women would have been back to church this week, but
you know what? I'm not mad at you. I am not mad at you, man. Shout out to my bro Seymour Bryce in the building. He says good morning to all you saved people. Yes, I am saved and sanctified, filled ikanache with His Holy Spirit. Anyway, listen, let's get ready to get things going, and in doing so, today we are going to get ready to get started with our National Day. And today I only have two. Today for National Day, I only have two things on the program. Following with the big time manager said, he said, "Man, you need to shorten them segments." Okay, all right. So I only have two today. Today is National Buttermilk Biscuit Day. National Buttermilk Biscuit Day. Yeah, I like that. National Buttermilk Biscuit Day. Now, you know, everybody don't know how to make those. Everybody don't know how to make buttermilk biscuits. And so if you are one that knows how, it is all good. Make you some buttermilk biscuits for your friends, for your family today, and make it happen. Now, Allegra is one that knows what she's doing, even if it's out of a thing that you go, boop, she still knows how to make it look and smell and taste appropriate. It's amazing how many people who can make the thing go boop, but still don't know how to cook it. So shout out to all those that know how to boop, open up the package and put it in the thing and make it smell and taste right. Today we celebrate you. All right. Last but not least, in terms of National Day, this has nothing to do with me. Nothing. But today is National Dance Like a Chicken Day. National Dance Like a Chicken Day. I don't know who would fall under that category, but if that is you, National Dance Like a Chicken Day, may the Lord bless and keep you, is our prayer. All right, let's keep things going. And in doing so, shout out to my bro, Marcus Thompson in the building. Man, what is going on? Shout out to my friend and little bro in Modesto, California, Pastor James Bobo in the building. Man, what is going on? Shout out to David McKinney now in the building from Sacramento. What's going on, bro? All right. Shout out to my guy, former member of my church and choir director, Jonathan Key. Man, what is going on? Glad to have you in the building. Merle Sharp chimes in talking about Dance Like a Chicken Day. She said, it sounds like a holy dance. You know what, Merle, I can't with you. Anyway, Adrienne Johnson also chimes in. She says that I know how to make them homemade style biscuits thanks to her mama. Yes, the late, great, incredible Martha Faye Willis, our former supervisor of women for California North Central. She will never be forgotten. All right, y'all, let's keep things going. And in doing so, yes, sir, Seymour, you definitely can stop by because Allegra knows what she's doing. You see, I haven't lost an ounce. That's because she knows how to throw down in the kitchen. And every time she gets in the kitchen, I'll be having a moment. More bounce, hey, to the ounce, hey. We be in there cutting up in the kitchen. Well, she do. I just be in there tasting it. Anyway, let's keep things going. And in doing so, we're going to talk about today in history. I only have one item, in today in history, and that is in 1973, on this day, the Supreme Court approves equal rights to females in the military. All right, 1973, the Supreme Court approves equal rights to females in the military. That is something to remember because females did not always have the same rights as the others in the whole military thing. So, great day in 1973 for women in the military. All right, y'all, let's get ready to keep things going, and then we'll bring up our next co-host. The next thing we're going to do is bring up today's birthdays. I only have 4. I tried to keep it with as many people that we knew as best as we could. And Seymour says he's going to stop by with healthy products. Go ahead and stop on by. Stop on by, man. We will be here. Ring the doorbell. If it's new, you know we will open up the door. We know it's not watermelon season yet, but when it does, we know that we get a few knocks at the door from Seymour Bryce. Speaking of the cook, Allegra Toll-Free is in the building. What is going on? Glad to have you hanging out. Let's get ready to talk about today's birthdays. I only have 4 today. Those of you who are familiar with Star Wars, then you will remember the creator of it, George Lucas. George Lucas turns 82 today. So shout out to him. Shout out to George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, Return of the Jedi, and all of those great things. Today is his 82nd birthday. Secondly, all of us who are familiar with Facebook, who is probably everybody on the stream and everybody who's watching, today, the creator of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, today is his 42nd birthday. So happy birthday to him, the incredible billionaire who has taken so much of our money. Between now, since he's changed it to Meta, he owns Facebook. He owns Instagram. He bought Instagram for $10 billion, and they only had 13 employees when he bought that company. Let me say it again. Mark Zuckerberg, whose birthday is today, turns 42. He bought Instagram for $10 billion. And when he did, they only had 13 employees. Jesus, Lord have mercy. I should have been a part of Instagram at that time. They could have gave each employee $10 million and wouldn't even hurt. It wouldn't even hurt. Anyway, Lord have mercy. Anyway, and he also owns WhatsApp. So those of you who are familiar with WhatsApp, that also is a part of the Meta brand. So shout out to him. Now, moving on in terms of birthdays, and we welcome back Ja'Cory Proto, man. Thanks for coming back. Also in birthdays, today is Woody McCain, 37th birthday. You may not know him by his born name, but you know that he played Bobby, what's the boy name from New Edition? Bobby. He played Bobby in the New Edition thing that happened with BET. He also played in Power. So those of you who are familiar with Powers, but more specifically Bobby Brown, thank you, Head, for bringing my head back. Anyway, he played Bobby Brown in the BET series of New Edition. Today is his 37th birthday. Last but not least, I should have had my picture. I have a picture of me and this young lady. Happy 53rd birthday to Shanice Wilson. Today is her 53rd birthday, and I remember meeting her in person with my wife. We were at her friend Tracy's birthday in LA, and there were so many people there, and myself, my girl cousin Nikki, Gugu Atkins was there. So many people. Shanice was there. She sang, and we met and took pictures and all that kind of stuff. So happy birthday to her. Incredible young lady. Now, Ashlyn is not here, Ja'Cory, but since she is your bestie, that means that you have to take her place in wishing people who are having a birthday during this season of birthday. So we throw it out to you. The virtual floor is now yours.
Isn't that so beautiful? Don't you agree? Anyways, it's also gospel recording artist Sin Q's birthday also today. So if you're experiencing a birthday today, this week, the week before, this month, guess what? It's your day. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go get you a slice of pie. You know what? The dessert of your choice. Put a candle in it. Light a candle. Wish. Make a wish on a star, and hopefully your wish will come true. But from here, Freedom, all of us, all of your co-hosts, Dito, Ashlyn Cole, me, Yolanda, Yo-Yo. Happy birthday.
That's good stuff, man. See, I like the way you did that. That is absolutely good stuff, man. We are grateful to have you a part of today's show, not only because of what you do, but you always make me laugh, man. All right, y'all, let's get ready to move on. But as we do, we're going to take a real brief break because I want to remind you of one of our sponsors. And we do have plenty of videos from him, but let's take a quick moment to hear a word from today's sponsor, which is Stable Goods. Take a look at this. We'll be right back. And we are back. Welcome back to Shop Talk, everyone's favorite show right here on everyone's favorite network. Want to let you know that Stable Goods, who we just mentioned as our sponsor of today's show, they are actually having a sale. And not only can you get the sale price of what they're doing, but you can use a promo code that I'm going to put in the chat. Promo code is simply my last name, TOLEFREE. And aside from the sale, you will get an additional discount just for using that particular promo code. Some bags have gone from $100 down to $19.99, and with that promo code, you'll get an additional discount just because you are hanging out with us here on Shop Talk. So take a moment when you get some time to go to stablegoods.com and take a look around. I have a plethora of bags. I should have had some in here today, but anyway, you can definitely do that. And I'll put the promo code on the screen, toll free, TOLEFREE, and you will get an additional discount just for using that code. Corey, look like you was trying to tell me something.
I was actually wondering if that toll free code works for anything else like Fast Track. Is there any way you could call the 800 Fast Track and give him the promo code of toll free, and toll free pays all of your toll?
Man, I wish it was that simple, man. Listen, I wish it was that simple. Speaking of that, let's get ready to bring up our next co-host. But so let's. But while you're there, I'm going to say something. But let's get ready to bring up our next co-host out in Charlotte, North Carolina. She's been hanging back there patiently. I think she is ready to go. So without further ado, let's get ready to bring up my homegirl and yours, the incredibly talented Yolanda Wild Praise Morant. Yolanda, what is going on? And welcome to today's show.
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
All is well. I am glad to have you hanging out with us, and we've got a lot to talk about. So let's get ready to jump in. So Ja'Cory mentioned, Fast Track and other things that he hoped my last name would present a code. I wish it would, because I got in the mail the other day, bro. I was driving through Oakland, and they've added a bunch of new cameras. So they've added new speed cameras in Oakland. And lo and behold, Allegra opened up a piece of mail, and yes, it wasn't a ticket. They did give me a warning, but they are definitely the cameras are up and they are working. So if you are in Oakland, if I were you, I would take some time to figure out where those cameras are, and to be able to look and make sure that you are going the speed limit, because you will get a ticket in the mail. They are not playing, not by any stretch of the imagination. Oakland is not playing. They trying to get your money any way they can. And so if that means that they got to do it in in a terms of a ticket. And Dee Dee talking about she used my name and Phil's Coffee. Anyway, but please, ma'am, please, sir, pay attention to the cameras in Oakland. They are not playing. They are ready to make things happen.
Street name? Did they give you a street name or anything like that?
So you know what? I'm going to do the research because there was a post not long ago where they were showing or telling everybody where the cameras are. So you know, on there's a couple of them on 73rd and Hagenberger. If you're trying to get to the airport, there's a couple of them there. There's a couple of them on 98th Avenue. I was on MacArthur Avenue, getting close to High Street. Not a place that I don't normally speed anyway, but they caught me on this one because I was running late to an appointment. And yeah, I got it in the mail. So please, ma'am, please, sir, if you're driving in the streets of Oakland, I would be very precautious not to speed through those streets.
My God, today.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
They will take your extra coin. I'm telling you, because I've been honestly, I know this is not in the script, but when you go to the gas pump, you should take your oil with you and lay hands on it because it's like stop in Jesus' name and make my car full.
Yeah. Please. I mean, those of you who are driving, especially here in California, in the Bay Area in particular, in LA even worse, gas is, over $6. Some places approaching $7 a gallon. And I'm even starting to try to condense my rehearsal schedule, because, as a musician, I don't get paid to go to rehearsal per se, but I just go anyway. I'm just a person that wants to be a part of rehearsals and make things happen. But I'm getting ready to start condensing things that I do, man. If it's not absolutely necessary, then man, I'm going to be condensing it because I can't afford, $6.50, $6.69, $6.89 a gallon for gas. And by the time I get to half, I'm trying not to make it go past half. But even once it gets to half and I try to fill it up, I'm still at almost $100.
Cool. A quarter, $33.05. I don't think so.
Yeah. So please, ma'am, please, sir, two things. Be cautious of your gas. Welcome back, Yolanda. Be cautious of your gas and be cautious of speeding in the city of Oakland. All right. So make that happen. Now, Yolanda, I want to put it on you for a second. I got to solo you for a second because I see that you're wearing your freedom gear today. Yeah. I see you. Mm-hmm. It is all good. And listen, you can be just like Yolanda and you can be able to get your freedom gear, whether it's a hoodie, whether it's a t-shirt, whatever it is. We have so much gear that is available. Take a moment when you get time to go to the website and see something that you may want to give. It makes good things for not only Mother's Day, but it makes things. Now the Mother's Day passed, it will make a good gift for Father's Day and for graduates as we're getting ready to run into June in just a few short days. All right, y'all, let's get ready to move on and shout out to the homie, my friend, my sister, Ty McClain in the building. What is going on? Another 1970s baby. Also shout out to Ashland's almost bestie. Stacey Williams is in the building. David Jones talking about the gas, saying that it is highway robbery at its best. Speaking of highway robbery, David Jones, you have the Holy Ghost because you lead us into our tech talk of the day. And that is, I want us all to be careful. We are getting ready to go into this. It's already spring. We're getting ready to go into summer. This is the time of year when people start traveling around the country, out of the country, to different locations, making things happen. Listen, thieves are no longer looking to steal your wallet. Let me just let y'all know this. Thieves are no longer looking to steal your wallet. Thieves are now looking to steal your phone. Your phone has now become the most important piece of anything that we have, and it has so much information on it. So if you have, I'm gonna focus on my iPhone friends because this is what I know. But if you are traveling or doing anything, please be conscious of your phone. One, make sure that you have a passcode on your phone, and not 1 2 3 4, not 0000. You can do either a 4-digit, you can do a 6-digit, or you can even create a password that is an actual word on your phone. Please, during these next seasons, make sure that you have a passcode on your phone. Because if someone steals your phone and you don't have a passcode, they can automatically change your Apple account password in moments. and you will lose months, years, decades worth of information, and you may not be able to get it back. All right. So make sure, one, that you do have a passcode on your phone. Secondly, if you have an iPhone, along with the passcode, use Face ID. Use the Face ID. Some people say, "Oh, it's the mark of the beast." Calm it down. Calm down, y'all. All right. Use the Face ID on your phone, and let me tell you why. Because if your phone is stolen, they can't get in without either your passcode or your Face ID. But more importantly, there is a feature in your phone called stolen device protection. With stolen device protection, if your device is stolen without Face ID, you can't change your passcode, you can't change your password, you can't turn off Find My iPhone, and none of these things are done if stolen device protection is done. And the only way you can turn it off is with Face ID. So that is another great thing that you need to know. Face ID is a big, important thing if you're going to be traveling. If your phone is stolen, the person, if they can't use your Face ID, they can't change your passcode, can't change your password, and they can't turn off the Find My iPhone feature. So those are some things that you need to know. Those are my tech talk moments for the day. Spring and summer, we travel. People are going to be looking to steal your phone. If you get up and go to the bathroom at a restaurant, lock your phone, put it in your pocket, put it in your purse, take it with you, because people are getting more and more savvy on how they can gain access to your devices. All right. So please, ma'am, please, sir, if you hear me, don't call me on my work computer saying, "Hey, Dito, my phone got stolen. I didn't have a passcode. What can I do?" You can't do nothing. All right. So I'm just letting you know. Take it from me, for somebody that deals with this on a day-to-day basis. Put a passcode on your phone. Use Face ID. If you think your phone might get stolen, turn on stolen device protection. All right. All right, cool. That is my tech talk.
Wait,
I don't know.
can I add one more thought?
Absolutely, please do.
I'm not really talking it today, but shout out to my stylist Trayvon, who we all know. Trayvon actually has another thing that he does, if I can add.
Yeah,
He turns off his card. So after a purchase, he turns his card off,
Okay.
which prevents people from people who pickpocket.
Yeah.
Prevents them, if they take your card, they can't do anything with the card. The card is, tentatively dead, if you will.
I'm with you.
So I want to add that to what you said, all the things that you said, and then turn your phone, turn your car off. And also, don't be, can I say it like this? Like, don't be spooky. It's unnecessary. Don't be spooky. The thing of the beast, Jesus, we're covered up in the blood. So take care, all the things he said do. And also the same thing with your emails, like your email, like the verification with your emails. I'm getting a lot of emails from you about some party that don't even exist. So check your email, check it often. If you see something strange, it feels strange, don't open it on your laptop specifically. You may be able to open it on your phone if you're part of the Apple Club.
Yeah.
But do not open it from your laptop, especially if you're not really techie, because it'll spread something to your laptop that you may not be able to get rid of. So like you said, just be careful. It's better to be safe than sorry. Same thing on IG, social media, stuff like that. If it feels too good, baby, it is too good. Okay? Jesus not going no money on trees. So somebody say, I can give you $10,000 if you be careful.
Definitely be careful, Ja'Cory. And I'm sure you've probably seen this, as well as you, Yolanda, and so many other people. Let me just tell you this, as an employee from the fruit stand, they do not send text messages. So people call me every day. I got this text message saying something was purchased with Apple Pay and all this kind of stuff. The company does not text. So if you get a text message saying that somebody used your card for an Apple purchase or anything like that, it is a scam. Please, ma'am, please, sir, you can delete it and block the number that it came from. That is a great FYI for you.
I'm sorry, one more. So can I ask a question? Sorry.
Yeah, you
kind of get stuck sometimes. So if a person receives something from Apple, right? How do they know it's official?
So you will know it's official by two things. One, if it's an email. So Apple only sends you an email if you have purchased something. If you have not purchased something, Apple will not email you for that purpose. If it's something that you've purchased, you will get an email. It will look like it's a receipt. But most importantly, click on the name Apple where it says that's the email. Click on the word Apple. It will show you the email that it came from. If the email looks suspicious, it's suspicious. it would, if normally if it's something from Apple, it would say apple.com/bill or apple.com/, purchase or something like that, Apple Store or something like that. That's how you'll know where it actually came from, and you'll be able to make things happen that way. So great questions and great things to point out. And David McKinney mentions, he says, is using your fingerprint the same as using your eye scan? It depends, man. So some iPhones use Touch ID. Some of them use Touch ID, and then some of the newer phones use Face ID. And so you can use Face ID for the purpose of Apple Pay. You can use it for the purpose of purchasing things online. So they're similar, but depending on your phone, they are different. All right. Anyway, shout out to my guy, Stephen Parker, in the building. What's going on, bro? And he says he's been hooking people up. If he don't have the phone number that you for the person you need, give him a little time. He will get it for you because he is the person. He's the hookup man.
Connector.
Yeah, there you go. He is the connector. Thank you, Jacory. Speaking of connecting people, listen, Emetrius, who is not here today, I think he is in a training of some sort, but he sent a list of things to Yolanda that she put together. She has compiled this incredible list that I want to let you know. We're talking about travel season. It's summer, or it's almost summer. It's spring, almost summer. People are already starting to travel. Although coronavirus isn't back and COVID isn't back per se, there are some other things that are here that are now happening. And so we want to help you to stay safe during what is called, I hope I don't mess up this name, hantavirus. Is that what it's called? Hantavirus? Am I saying it right? So both of y'all are on mute. Jacory on mute laughing, but hopefully I'm saying this particular. Is that right?
I think you sounded out right.
Okay. Yeah, I normally try to sound out my words. Hantavirus. I think that is what it is called. And Emetrius, who is in the medical field as well as both of my daughters, he has compiled this list of things that Yolanda so wonderfully put into a list using the freedom colors. Absolutely. The black, white, yellow, and red. Thank you, Yolanda. You're so smart. And anyway, it is a few things that we want to mention as we spring into summer safely. Now, Stacy is saying no. Are you saying no that I didn't say it right? Or are you saying no to something else? Let me know. Anyway, we're talking about awareness and prevention tips during this season. And so, Jacory, I'm gonna just throw these things out, man, and you tell me what you think, man. But first thing is to be mindful in crowded, enclosed, and dusty spaces, meaning that you should consider masking up if you'll be in these areas for long periods of time, man. Are you still using a mask?
I'm not, but it may be time to, I got sick of having them panties across my face, but I guess I'm just gonna have to get some more.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. She said, so Stacy says, I didn't say it right. Okay, well then use your phonics, Stacy, and put it in the chat so I can say it right. It's not Hanta or Hanta virus. Let me know. We'll put it in there and put it in there phonically so I can do it right. Anyway, so first thing is make sure that you are back to wearing a mask. Secondly, use caution in areas where rodents may be present. I know that we don't like to talk about this, but this is still a big thing. It's pronounced hantavirus. Okay, thank you, Stacy. She's so smart all the time. Anyway, so let's be cautious in garages, sheds, attics if you have one, basements if you have one, storage areas, and older buildings, because that is where rodents will take up residence and call it their place. All right. Thirdly, avoid stirring up dust. Ventilate the area first and clean it carefully. Next one, this is one we should be doing all the time, and that is to wash your hands often. Now, Yolanda, I don't think that you're a germaphobe per se, but how often are you washing your hands?
Like 20 times a day.
20 times a day. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, every time you go to the restroom,
yep.
you wash, you come back inside. I mean, it's just, when you teach your children to,
yeah,
just wash your hands.
Yep. Okay, I'm with you. Okay, so good. So now Sunny Vaughn, who's also in the medical field, chimes in and she says, she never took her mask off, and I can attest She comes to praise and worship rehearsal. She don't even sit with us. She don't talk with us. She don't hang out with us. She takes her mic and she goes to the other side of the church with her mask on, and we just have to hear her from wherever she's at. But she says that she appreciates this segment, and she says that she also is definitely a germaphobe. I'm not mad at her. She has 3 young kids. She reminds us all the time that she is a germaphobe, and it's all to the good. I'm not mad at it. And then also it says some of this is going to be higher risk for some, meaning that people with compromised immune systems or underlying health conditions should be extra cautious during this season. I'm not mad at you. And I'm not mad at you, Didi Felder. She says she's washed with antibacterial soap and clean your phone. That's another great thing to do as well, is to clean your phone. She says, I work with preschool kids. I am not mad at it. It is all to the good. All right. 2 more things. Secondly, next to last is you need to stay hydrated. Now, this is where I need to focus myself on, where I need to stay hydrated because I drink water. I probably don't drink enough water, but let's stay hydrated during this season. Drink plenty of water. Take a bottle of water with you when you travel, because depending on where you are, you can go from a cold to hot within just a few miles of driving. Ja'Cory, I know you know that where you are specifically, it doesn't get particularly hot. But as you start driving, man, if you end up in, Pittsburgh, Antioch, Concord, Walnut Creek, man, the weather changes, man. So are you taking a water bottle with you?
I definitely am, but they got this new thing where they say don't drink out the bottles, the plastic bottles. So I mean, it's just like, what can you do?
Man, yeah, that is true. What can you do? I mean, I know we all gonna die from something, but can I at least drink some water before I go? Anyway, it's all to the good. Last but not least, most importantly, pay attention to your health. Some symptoms can take 1 to 8 weeks to appear. Early symptoms may feel flu-like. If you develop breathing issues, seek medical care quickly. Now, I would tell you, Yolanda, I am one that hates going to the doctor. I hate it. I need to go to the doctor right now because my skin is doing some different things. I hate it. I can't stand going to the doctor, but I absolutely need to think about it. And maybe some of the rest of us need to do it as well. But what's your thought about this? How often are you going to the doctor for you to get checked up?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, they already know my name, child, when I walk in the building. Hey, Yolanda, how was your trip? Girl, you singing?
What?
Absolutely. I love the doctors. I'm firing my doctor,
Okay.
but I do love the doctor's office. Oh, yeah. So how was your trip?
Yeah.
Because I just got over the thing of you can't take care of what you don't know.
Yeah.
And so, like, for example, I've never dealt with sinus issues, but, living in the South and all the states. So I say, I'm going to have to go to the doctor. And I always tell doctor, there's nothing, I'm not, people that there's always something wrong with them. It's not that. It's that as Black people growing up with a Black mama, even who worked in the medical field, sometimes we just, put oil or blessed oil over it and we keep going. That's cool, but we need to know what this is. So yes, I see. I keep blessed oil in my bottle, in my bag when I travel. But I also think you should be aware. You should be cognizant. To add to what you said, I also think it's important. So here's a traveling saving tip. If you take the bottled water, you find your favorite thing. Okay, I'm a person I like pink, right? So I'm gonna have a pink water bottle. I try to do really good at carrying it with me. But then you'll save the $4 that you would have spent on the water bottle at the airport. That's $2 at the convenience store. So save money. Always travel. Take it with you. Drink as much water as you can when you're traveling to other dry areas like Colorado. I'm going home next week. Colorado is dry as they come. And so you have to drink a lot of water before you travel. What's another travel tip? Assume nothing. Don't assume nobody's clean. Right?
Yeah.
Don't assume. Don't assume nothing. So my cousin, shout out to her, Angie. She says she's been sanitizing seats as her children were young and now they're in college. She's been doing that for years. So I always say assume nothing. When you get on the plane, just assume the person before you was not clean. That's just the truth. So you have to sanitize. It's like you have to put your mask on and theirs at the same time. As my mom would say, you have to drive for other people.
I'm with you. So I got my hand sanitizer right here. I got my blessed oil right here.
Yeah, I carry both of them. I pray for the plane before I get on. I don't have to do hey, Shay, I don't have to do none of that.
Yeah.
I'm on this plane, so it has to come back down to the ground. So But yeah, I do highly encourage taking care of yourself. Assume nothing. Thank you, Ametris. I know he's at work, but thank you so much for sharing this with us today. We really needed that. I shared it with my friends. And again, I want to be repetitive. Assume nothing. Don't
Yeah,
assume, I'm covered by the blood. You are, but you
yeah,
have to be responsible for the body God gave you.
yeah.
And so that means I'm with you, Corey. I don't actually like wearing, I don't know if I want to say it the way he said it, but I don't like wearing, putting the mask on my face, but I want to live a long time. And I want to offer this other thought for singers. I want to have the opportunity to see Tremaine Hawkins live. She wraps herself up like a newborn baby.
Mm-hmm.
So she has scarves. So don't, again,
Mhm.
with singers, you have to, when you traveling, the plane, the air is flowing to keep the dust and particles out. So when you travel with a scarf. It can be 90 degrees. It doesn't matter. You got a job to do. So protect your voice.
Absolutely. You should. You absolutely should.
Yeah.
And I just want to, mention all these great comments that came in. Pastor James Bobo Jr. from Modesto said, you should avoid shaking a bunch of hands. And I'm with you, bro. We still fist bump, man. Every now and then I shake people's hands, but I'm still a fist bumper, man. It's all good. And as I said, I still keep my hand sanitizer. I still keep my blood store for just in case of such an emergency, in case I got the kind of shit to it. Whatever I may be needed for, I am ready and prepared. Speaking of being ready and prepared, Corey, this past Monday, we were all ready and prepared to crown a new American Idol champion. We were all prepared to crown a new winner of American Idol. We all had it in mind who we thought was going to win. But in the end, our contestant ended up coming in third, man. I know this is a story that's close to your heart, man, because this is one of those young ladies that came through the whole Sunday Best thing. I know you've been through that process a few times as well. I don't know if she's a personal friend of yours, man, but I throw it out to you, man. We thought that and I don't want to butcher her name, man. Tell me her name correctly, because I will butcher it.
Keela Richardson.
Yeah,
Keela Richardson. However, what's funny with this whole story is I'm pro Keela Richardson, and I also, as Jordan, the other male that was the top two, either one of them would have been fine with me. But to see Hannah, which I call her the clear Dolly Parton, to see her take it home, I got so many questions running in my head because it's just like
what did you call her?
The clear Dolly Parton. She reminded me of Dolly Parton.
But Dolly Parton is clear too, so.
Well, I guess I'm just giving grace. Lord help me.
I can't.
Dolly Parton Jr. Then. But my thing was, I'm just really confused because I thought the American Idol would be somebody that could grace the stage, that could walk the stage. I thought there were so many other elements that come with being crowned, and this girl just sung standing there every time, and it seemed like she was just a loose bunny. I'm not saying that her voice was not good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, is this like the presidential election where you telling us to vote? Because honestly, this is another portion. They play it before we get to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So when we here on the West Side get ready to vote, it says that it's closed.
True.
So I'm pissed off in many different directions with the situation. They're all winners, but I just think it's just like the presidential election. They do what they want to. They say you can vote, but they didn't already pick who they wanted, and it was totally unfair.
Wow.
And I'm done.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Where are we at? Okay, I have 5 closings in me. Okay, I didn't see her initial audition. I was told her initial audition was impeccable. Like that's what that was shared with me. I have to go back and watch it. I don't. Here's what I say. I always say sometimes losing is winning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just hope that, shout out to Uncle G and all her team, that they make the best of this moment, right? Because there's still a lot that can happen from this moment, actually.
Absolutely.
Tons of things.
Jennifer
And the
Hudson.
girl has pipes. She's amazing. And so prayerfully, she got really, really far. I mean, I know it's disappointing, but she got really, really far. She was in front of really great names and faces that can really do something. So I really hope that they have the opportunity and resources to really push her out really far, because I just still feel like she's a lot to do. That, it's like with Jennifer Hudson. Everybody shows being canceled, but Jennifer is still rising to the top.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Keely though.
Absolutely, absolutely, and great show. She has made some new fans. She has been the world has been opened up to her musical gift, not just the gospel music community. So that is a great thing as well. So shout out to her, kudos to her, and we hope that she's going to blow up even more. That's what happened. Now, if I remember right, Jennifer didn't win, right? She came in like yeah. So again, that platform may open up for her in a different way. So we'll keep our eyes on her. If you haven't done so, make sure to follow her on Instagram and all social media, so you can keep up and see what happens in the very, very near future. All right, y'all. For our last segment of the day, I'm getting ready to make y'all mad.
Okay.
For the last segment of the day, I'm getting ready to make y'all mad because we're getting ready to have Ask Shop Talk. I didn't tell Yolanda. I didn't tell Jacory. They're going to be just as surprised as our listening and viewing audience when I put this on the screen. So today's Ask Shop Talk goes like this. A woman donates her kidney to save her boss. Weeks later, she gets fired from the same job for taking too long to recover.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna have to sit Jesus down because somebody getting cussed out.
I put this on the screen. A young lady helps to save her boss's life by donating a kidney. Weeks later, she gets fired because she's still in recovery mode, and she ultimately loses her job. All right, y'all. This is where I need everybody to chime in and to give me your thoughts on what you would do or how you would handle this. Shout out to my guy, Bishop Leonard Dew, in the building. Didi Felder says, I'm repossessing my kidney. I want it back. Yolanda Proto chimes in and says, give it back. My cousin Bishop Darrell Shaw says, Jesus. All right, y'all. Pastor James Bubble says she thought she had job security, and then she found out. You know what? I cannot. So here we are, Yolanda, Jacory, and our listening audience. Feel free to keep chiming in your thoughts. But Yolanda, I'll start with you because I know Jacory want to cuss. I'm gonna start with you this time. Then Jacory, I'll come to you next. What's your thought on this? This young lady donates a kidney to her boss and then gets fired for taking too long to recover.
My friend always tells me not to go to the forest, so I'm not going to do that. I mean, what can you do? Thank God this ain't, what can you do? To me, what my first thought is? This is a promotion. Yep, I do agree about the lawsuit. So, my first thought is this is a promotion, actually, because some way or another, would you have let me go anyway? And maybe I need to move on from this and do something else. But I don't disagree about the lawsuit, because if I gave you the kidney, it doesn't matter who it was in the job, but if I gave the kidney and I'm allowed, it would not be allowed this time to recover, blah, 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 then that's a problem. And there probably was already problems.
Could have been. And so, and if that's the case though, Yolanda, before I go and give you my kidney, tell me that, and then tell me the truth of the situation. Let me deal with the truth, and then let me make my own conscious decision.
Sure.
Because if I was already potentially on the chopping block or the firing block, let me know that, and then give me the opportunity to say, okay, it's okay. I'll still, because maybe they had, in order for her to give the kidney, they had to be more than just boss and employee. They had to be some sort of friendship in there as well.
Sure. So,
friend to friend, hey man, if I'm about to, before I give you my kidney, is there anything I need to know? Anything, going on, something like that? So and Sunny Vaughn chimes in and she says, why are we donating organs to coworkers? And then Stacy chimes in and she says, if there was a problem before, you are on dialysis indefinitely. Yep, I get it.
But you can't get the kidney back. I mean, once it's there, it's there. So what can you? I'm not saying you shouldn't sue. I'm not saying you shouldn't be angry. Maybe I'm just learning how to place my emotions. But what can you actually do besides sue?
Yeah, I'm with you. Jacory, I gave you a couple moments, man, to get yourself together, so you won't have to cuss nobody out. But man, what's your thoughts, man, in this situation, bro?
My first thought is you get to go off.
Oh man, I think you did something. You muted yourself. You in doing all that, you muted yourself.
At the end of the day, we're living in a day where there is no such thing as job security.
Yeah.
So soon, I mean, and you can't control what your body's gonna do when you going through doing what you do. It be a give a kidney, you get sick, you get dehydrated, you just don't know. So my thing with that is, Sister Boss, I'm gonna need you to take a loan and help me out now that I didn't help you.
Yeah, something would need to happen because I mean, for me, just me, my kidney would still be in my body. I don't know. Let me throw this sidebar. I don't know how many of you all are familiar with Nephew Tommy when he calls different people with his prank calls. There was a scenario similar to this where he called a particular deacon. He pretended to be another deacon or a brother from the church, and he called this particular deacon that was getting ready to go in to get his pancreas, as he said, fixed. He was going in to get his pancreas worked on, and Nephew Tommy called this man doing a prank call, and he called to pray for him, and he said, and while he was praying, he said, "Why you go in there to fix the pancreas? I was wondering if I could get one of your kidneys." And the man that he was praying for told him to stop praying, and they started having a conversation, man. And by the time they got through, bro, this deacon had cussed him out for everything he was worth, because he was like, "Man, I'm going to get my pancreas fixed. You talking about you want my doggone kidney? What church who you say you are? I'm gonna have to call the pastor on this." Oh man, that was one of the funniest. That was one of the funniest things. Yep. See, James Bobo saw it. He said that was funny. Deacon cussed him all the way out. Marcus Thompson says, "I remember that one." Yeah. So I mean, I'm not one that is known for cussing, but I probably would have fallen in that category. You want what? How do you have a meeting and say, I want your kidney, man? So I'm just floored by the whole situation. Anyway, I appreciate all of y'all chiming in on that particular situation, man. We will keep y'all abreast about the whole situation. Go ahead, Jacory.
You don't have that ring. I just got a text that says Apple Pay security alert. We detect something out of the ordinary and placed a short freeze on $143.95.
That's
attempt at Apple Store.
See, that's what I was talking about. That's Apple doesn't text. So that right there is further proof. So Jacory in real time, y'all, is helping me with my tech talk. Apple does not text. What he just got is definitely a phishing attempt, as we call it in the industry, but what we call is a spam. So spam and a scam. So anyway, listen, we're looking up at the clock. It's time for us to get ready to go. If y'all haven't had a chance to see that particular or listen to that episode of Nephew Tommy with that deacon talking about the pancreas and his kidney, you might be able to find it on YouTube. It is absolutely hilarious. The deacon does show that he's Baptist. But anyway, let's get ready to get out of here. But before we go, let me go around the room really quick. Jacory, man, any closing comments, man? Final thoughts.
Today I don't have one, but just love on yourself and others.
Absolutely. I love that. As you should. Go ahead, Yolanda. Any closing comments, final thoughts?
Treat people the way you want to be treated. Life is not long enough to be mean to people like that.
Yeah, you're right.
Life. You get one life. Treat that one life like you're not going to get another. If you get to come back, you won't even know you were here.
Yeah.
So stop playing.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am with you on that. That's good stuff. And I would just mention, last but not least, stop sharing your dreams with people who didn't support your last ones.
Ooh, man.
I'm gonna leave that one right there. I'm gonna let that one soak in. Stop sharing your dreams with people who didn't support your last one. You keep telling people what you're trying to do and all these type of things, and when they hearing it and they smiling in your face, but they all the time they trying to take your place because they are, well, y'all know the rest of that story. Time for us to get ready to go. First of all, thank you to everyone who hung out here with us for Shop Talk. I will be back in just 1 hour for Detail Live. Those of you who are available, I will have Pastor Nate Justin as we are talking about ministry, music, and money. We will be right back here on Facebook and all of the DTO stations for this particular event. But on behalf of Yolanda Morant and Ja'Cory Prothro, my name is Demetrius Tofree. We miss Ashlyn and Demetrius as well, but we will catch them on the next one. So till the next time on this same Shop Talk Network, at this same Shop Talk time, y'all know how we do it. You can help us say it. I'll eat Konoshe. Holla. Yeah.